One of the challenges that I give kids is 3 rail squats. You can squat on a rail. That shows that you have an understanding of what it takes to be able to balance on a rail. The rails are always set up here on the ground during free time for them to practice on. What we're looking for is that they're able to balance 2 feet together, facing forward for 10 seconds, facing sideways on 1 foot for 10 seconds, and then facing the other direction on the other foot for 10 seconds. Looking for control. As someone's balancing for that 10 seconds, it's less about the time and more so showing the coaches that you know the idea of how to balance. So if you balance like this for 30 seconds, that doesn't mean anything to us. What we're more so looking for is that you understand how to maintain the balance and that you can be in control. If you're in control and you start to lose balance, you should be able to just step off the rail and show that you're in control. Again, working at doing this at height. If at height I completely fall off, that's not good. So it's not just about maintaining being on the rail for 10 seconds, it's having the understanding of how to remain on the rail in a controlled way. If I need to, I can just step off in a controlled fashion. The idea behind the balancing is that if you're jumping to a rail at height and you cannot balance on top of it, that's not going to end well. So with practicing balance, it's setting up being able to land and stick a rail precision. The sideways balance is utilized for when you're walking on a rail. It's a 1 foot balance to a 1 foot balance. The 1 foot balance is the easiest way to balance on a rail. So if you break it down to its simplest form, and instead of thinking about walking across, you just think about a 1 foot balance to another 1 foot balance. You can squat on a rail. That shows that you have an understanding of what it takes to be able to balance on a rail, specifically within that movement within the knees. Now, when we squat, our chest is up, we sit back. Same idea on a rail. We don't want to get on the rail and then bend on our hips to touch and then come back up, right? We want to think about keeping our chest up. As I lower, I have to move my knees backwards and forwards to keep that chest straight up. Having the understanding of what movement my knees need to make so that I can go into that squat is really beneficial from knowing how to land, stick, and balance on a rail. The level 2 test is being able to make your way across this. So the stripe is setting up being able to do the level 2 test. The better you get at the 2 feet to 2 feet balance and the 1 foot and 1 foot balance, the easier it will be for you to do the 2 foot to 2 feet, balancing across, 2 feet to 2 feet, test on for level 2.